excited to see all the Heldman girls and Christian and the whole family. It was a really emotional night. And all the people who played with Jerry and throughout the years. And this is my father, Ronnie Pierce, and I'm Harry Pierce. We've got Ed Weber on piano, Ederly on the bass, and then Ray Price on the drums.
Well, we're going to do, good evening, everybody. There we go. We're going to play a Charlie Parker tune called Now the Time. I always say, give me time, but not 30 days. Oh, no. Okay, anyhow, welcome to Jerry's night. Jerry's, is this thing on?
You sound great. Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Where's the monitor? I like to hear myself. Maybe.
That's why you can hear yourself.
Good evening, everybody. We welcome you to Jerry Heldman's songs. We're going to play all night long with all the children, and everybody is going to sit in, and we're going to have a blast. So we're going to start out with a little song called Now is the Time. Everybody know that? Oh, I got my clutch. Did you see that?
I like that.
Woo! I like it. That's better than Wednesday. work the family, Eric's going to work the guests, the great guests. I even see Paul the Barros out there. God, it's amazing. Great. Oh, let's give that man a hand. He's on the ball. Let's support Chad. This is for Clara. It's Clara? Oh, okay. Anyhow, this is for you, darling. pneumonia. No, like Dolores. We have to thank people for all these great guests. Jerry Heldman, who owned that club from 1965 to 68. And I had a club, and I let everybody come in and jam. I don't know if David Friesen's here or not, but anyhow, there's a little Blue Monk. my son, he's a composer, big time. Anyhow, he plays guitar and piano. Anyhow, any of you guys, he has a list. So I might do one more child, get out of the way. This is for Harry's son, a very, very handsome man, Christian, a friend of Harry's and mine, and I know those guys when they were little kids. Anyhow, this is a song for Christian, and he's from San Diego with, I don't know if he brought up his what do you call it, fiancé? I guess. Anyhow, here's a song called Blue Moon.
Over here. There he is. Where's Britt? Where's Brooke? San Diego.
Yeah, we're going to keep E flat. Now here's a little song for Christian, and he's going to be on the list. At the end of the gig, Harry's going to list these Jerry's child, Jerry's child. Jerry's son, Christian. Okay, are you going to bring some guests up, Harry?
Well, thanks, Pops. So, what a band. Oh, man. You guys are great. We're going to have some speakers come up now from the family, do a little bit of memorializing, and let's get that started with, I have a special call list here. People share some stories about Jerry, who was an amazing, wonderful individual, as well as an incredible bass player, you must add. So, who wants to go first? Julia, would you do the honors? She's like, wait a minute. I'm like the big act. Big act doesn't open up. How about, let's start off with, well, I guess I can say some things, couldn't I? Let's start, I can say some stuff. I can figure out the microphone. So I grew up with Christian and all of the Heldman girls. And Jerry was often on the lips of my mother around the house, speaking in high, praising tones the great musicality of this man. So all my life it was like, Jerry's the greatest bass player that ever walked the earth, pretty much. Except for you, Pete. Anyways, so they played together a lot. They did a lot of different types of music together, a lot of jazz. And she played at his folk jazz house for many years, also the Llahngaelhyn. So growing up with Christian and Clara and Kathleen and Joy and Sarah, you know, in Carolina, it was the thing that was just part of my life when I was a kid. So I was kind of lucky for that because there's, you know, 5 daughters kind of keeps you busy. No, some of them were too young. But anyways, moving right along. Don't say anything, Sarah. Don't say it. Don't say it. So me and Christian also hung out, played a lot of music later on in life, and we're still good friends, and we talk a lot. We've been through a lot of the same journeys together. So we have a long history with the Heldman family, for real. And I played with Jerry a couple times. I got to play with him at his house in Llahngaelhyn, where I lived for a while, but I came back and visited, and Jerry wrote a lot of songs for Julia, and I was just talking to Julia trying to figure out how many. I know it's at least 30 songs, and you just name them. Julia number 1, Julia number 18, Julia number 25. So we're going to try and track down those reel-to-reels and get those recordings for posterity, you know, be good. So I would like to bring up some other guests to speak now before I get too nervous and say something silly. So Kathleen, would you please come up here and speak a little bit about your father? Kathleen Heldman.
I woke very early this morning and made a pot. I woke very early this morning and made a pot of piping hot coffee. It is still slightly dark outside. The forest is bursting with autumn colors. I dreamed of my dad last night. Here are some of the things I know about my dad. I want to write them down so that they are not forgotten. My dad loved pecan pie, the little store-bought ones. The day after he died, I was with Kevin, that's my husband, at a fancy Elizabethan bakery, and I thought I would get some pecan pies to take to Gramps. And then I remembered that he had died. Sorry. I burst into tears. Death is weird like that. Dad loved Café Francais, international coffee. He loved coffee in general. A few of his kids have inherited that proclivity. Dad loved country diners. He was nice to servers and was a good tipper. As far as I know, Dad only watched football once a year, and that was when Grandpa and Grandma, his parents, came to visit with a full turkey dinner in the back of their pickup truck for Thanksgiving. My dad loved his grandkids and looked out for them. Grandpa was a spoiler of grandchildren. Every last one was deeply loved. Sorry, guys. Grandpa loved jazz. He loved to turn the heat up full blast in his car and roll down all the windows while blaring KMHD, the jazz station, at top volume while speeding on the windy country roads. He loved deep fried chicken and Dr. Pepper from Wayside Market and Battleground. My dad worked far too hard for far too little, sweeping and mopping industrial floors for 25 years. He barely missed a day of work, and he did his job with incredible humility. He made huge bags of Halloween candy for the kids and always put in Bible tracts or verses. Everyone knew that Jerry's house was the place to go. My dad loved to talk about jazz, Jesus, and running the coffee house back in the 1960s in Seattle. My dad really loved his kids and wanted everyone to be at peace. That's a tall order for 6 strong-willed, stubborn folks. He just wanted all of his kids to get along. My dad loved his mother. He cried openly at her funeral, and I don't think I had ever seen him do that before. My dad would meet us at the end of camping trips playing his Llahngaelhyn flute with the burlap bags slung over his shoulder filled with junk food, Skor bars, bar none, beef jerky, and Doritos. My dad loved my mom. They spent 46 years together. They had 7 children. One was lost. His name was Abel Michael Heldman. I think my dad is with him in heaven. And with Brandon and Bebe and all the other folks that he loved, all of his old friends. My dad helped so many people. He would give the shirt off his back to help someone in need. That was just my dad's way. He helped hundreds of hitchhikers and wanderers by giving them a place to sleep for the night and a full belly to continue their journey. My dad had a lot of friends. He was just one of those people that was hard not to love. He was honest, hardworking, kind, non-judgmental, generous beyond anyone I've ever known, and non-materialistic. Maybe he had heart problems because his heart was just too big for this world. I do know that Dad is free. He's free of pain. He's free of fear and the burdens of this world that weighed heavily on his shoulders. They're all gone. I close my eyes and I see him in heaven. His head is shaking up and down and his dark bangs are flopping over his eyes. And he's playing his heart out and he's playing the bass for Jesus. He's free at last. Sorry.
Kathleen. I wanted to say a couple things I remember about Jerry was, yeah, there's this. Even more so, and he had such a great smile, and I was a recipient of his Starving Artist Fund many times. Can we bring up Brad? Is Brad here? Brad, would you like to speak? I don't see Brad. Okay. How about my good friend Christian? Christian, will you come up here and say a few words about your pops? Yeah, come on. Christian Heldman.
I didn't plan anything to say. I would pretty much have to mirror just repeat what Kathleen said. A lot of key points were, I watched my dad share kindness with a lot of people in a way that a lot of people didn't always agree with. A lot of people thought he was putting himself out there for putting himself in precarious situations by helping people that were down and out because of appearances. And the one thing I can say is that in my experience, I never saw anything go bad with any of the people that he reached out and helped out to. Matter of fact, over the years, I saw many of those people come full circle back into his life with all kinds of neat presents, not materialistic necessarily. He befriended one guy that came by every couple of years when we were kids. Had a truck full of monkeys. How many kids can say that the monkey man comes and visits them every couple of years? We'd be like, this truck would pull up, and within a block of the house, we'd be like, the monkey man's here! And I felt blessed. I was like, I didn't know it till later on that we were actually we're probably the only family in that small town that ever got monkey man visits. And it was things like that happened with my pops. So a lot of love came back around to him, and the unconditional, like human beings, we all have our faults. And if I could be, I try to gauge myself sometimes and just be like, where do I stand compared to, how my dad's heart was and what he did for others. And, I went through some of the same turbulence that my dad went through in life. And, when we go through those situations, we don't necessarily treat everyone with loving and kindness and tolerance and patience. But I hope to aspire to be just a little bit of what my dad was and what he shared with people. So, thank you.
Thank you, Christian, my good friend. I'd like to ask if Jeannie would like to come up and speak right now. Jeannie, are you there?
Can I do the next thing?
Want to wait one more? Okay. Well, how about then we bring on Jeannette, a young aspiring pianist, Clara's daughter. Come on, say some words.
Thank you.
Well, you can't really write down words to describe how great of a grandpa he was to me, but these are just a few that I wrote down the day that I found out that he passed away. A great person in my life passed away. He taught me the most important things in life. I love how he would always call me over to play the piano. He loved my piano playing. He is a legend, father, grandfather, and a friend. He left to play jazz for God. You will never be forgotten. You are a great grandfather to all your grandchildren, but I am your only daughter. Love you and miss you.